अभी तो उसकी वीडियो किया था, ये देखिए कहाँ हो रहा है।
मैसेज करके मैंने जाना था।
यहाँ पर ग्रेड का वीडियो था, ग्रेड हायर हो पुलिस की कुछ वाला लिखा था वहाँ पे।
यहाँ ये ऑनलाइन शो हो रहा है।
उनको फोन कर लो ना। सबको फोन कर लो।
अच्छा
लिंक
हेलो अनुष्का सर करने वाले ओके ओके ओके
सर ठीक है ना, सर ठीक है।
ज्वाइन करने।
अच्छा बोल दो।
Participants, we will start our today's session shortly. Due to some network issue, Dr. Singham is trying to join and he will join soon. I think due to some weather conditions there is some issue and he is trying to join this Google Meet.
हमारे वाले पे वही ऑन नहीं है स्पीकर।
हाँ इतना पे हाँ गूगल पे लोग किधर मतलब बोल रहे हैं कि कौन सा कुछ सुना लगा तो कोई सा कुछ सुना ना। ठीक है गोल सर ने क्या अपलोड करा है। हाँ
डिनर पार्टी
अभी वो सुना दो तो इसकी बात है एक और भी निकाल दो। ठीक है
क्या कह रहे हैं वो सिंगम सर?
इंटरनेट इशू आ रहा है।
ठीक है
वेदर इशू।
ठीक है ठीक है।
मुझे लगता है हवा वगैरह फ्लड वगैरह चल रही है ना।
हाँ वो एक मिनट सर, बस ठीक है, ऐसे कर ठीक है।
बहुत मीठा खाया जाता है सर उड़ीसा में। उड़ीसा के लोग बहुत मीठा खाते हैं, बहुत ज्यादा।
दिलीपन से बात करें अगर वो लेक्चर दे रहे हैं तो।
ये हो सकता है, स्विच कर लो सेशन आपस में।
कुछ तो कर सकते हैं। पूछो उसको। वो हीरो तू फोन पे लग जाता है यार।
फोन आया तो इधर प्रिंट करवा रहा है और गौर तो हो
निकालता हूं।
शंकर सर फोन मिलाएंगे अब आपको। मेरे को ये मिला दिया।
मैं कहना कि अगर वो नहीं आ पा रहा तो आप
आगे 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 हाँ एडमिट कर दें। पहुंचो आप।
चलो जाओ गो नेक्स्ट स्टार।
गुड मॉर्निंग सर।
Namaste and very good morning to everybody.
गुड मॉर्निंग सर। गुड मॉर्निंग सर।
Dr. Sunil Saab and others, fellow faculty, scholars, students available online. In fact, we are trying with so many gadgets, tools, laptop से लेके desktop and another app. So with this much safety factor, we are getting connected. So that कुछ problem होने से दूसरे में connection रहेगा. This is the way how we work our minds, because mining places are in remote places. We used to go to forest to mine and give beautiful minerals to you people.
थैंक यू।
ये अभी मोबाइल में connected है साहब. We can start. Meanwhile, our students are trying in this. These are our MTech and PhD scholars with me, trying in the laptop. Meanwhile, we can start in time, sir. Now I am available.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, sir. Okay, thank you. Good morning, all the all the participants. So today is day 3, and our first is on industrial implementation from visa mining sector part by Dr. Singham from NI Cloud Odisha. Dr. Singham was born and raised in the mining community of Badrari, Uttarakhand in Telangana. Closely connected to the Badrari Chlorine Company Limited. He completed his PG mining engineering from Uttarakhand School of Mining Engineering University in 1956. Graduating first time, starting his career as a ventilation officer and district in charge in SCIL Machine Mining District. He soon pursued an MTech in mining planning and design from Banaras University in 1990, earning several accolades including the IDL and MGMI CCL gold medals. He transitioned into such role, working as a scientist from 1989 at leading institutes such as the Central Miner Institute at Bangalore and then the National Institute of Rock Mechanics, Solar Gold Field. He completed the Masters in Counseling and Psychiatry in 2006 from Oviedo University. His such and key areas include mine, sports system, starter control, numerical modeling, and advanced culinary application in mining. He was awarded the National Mineral Award in 2000 for his contribution to the mining technology. Over the years, he has completed more than 130 research and development projects funded by various government ministries and coal and metal mining companies across India. He has published over 150 technical papers and participated in more than 100 national and 30 international conferences, many of which he attended as a keynote speaker, guest of honor or editor. During the COVID-19 pandemic, he actively promoted transdisciplinary, translational research and industry-oriented academic through numerous national and international webinars. He gives and guides 22 plus scholars from organizations such as MCL, SCL, CEL, and KMPDIL. With these such scholars having already completed their work under his supervision. Presently, he serves as a professor in the Department of Mining Engineering at National Institute of Technology, Rourkela. He is also a member of APEX Committee of Coal India, R&D Board, Minerals of Coal, and Odisha State Pollution Control Board, Technical Committee for Environmental Appraisal of Mining Industry, and holds several leading roles, including Chief Editor of Indian Mining and Engineering Journal, Honorary Secretary of the Institute of Engineers, and council member of Mining Division Board of IEI. He is such now pursuant on transdisciplinary approach such as power quality improvement, IoT, wireless, sensor networks, and cloud, all completely for enhanced mine safety.
तूने को सेटिंग लाई थी
Unique blend of experience in the industry, such academic organization over 37 years and being chairman of the implementation committee of NEP 2020 during 2021 for mining engineering department of MIT Rourkela. He is finally working in engineering development of underground coal mining method. Mining plants, machinery, such contribution, etc. Has significantly enhanced mining safety, efficiency, and efficiency. Sir, thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation for your presentation.
उधर देखो
Sir, you can now start your
Is my voice audible, sir? Sunil sir.
Yes, sir.
And Lalit Kumar sir, very good morning to all of you. I am very happy to see the place, such a wonderful place, where I used to take along with one of my colleague professors from IIT ISM Dhanbad, Chabra sir. And when my colleague was a director NIT Jalandhar, SK Das. So I was there and had a very good lassi and paratha. घी ये सब बढ़िया से लगा के खिलाया था. So it is a wonderful place. I really admire, and I hope next time I may be there offline to do that in a more better way. Our pleasure, sir, and Vaishnav Devi temple visit also is due, so we will make it. Now coming to the today's topic, namaste to everybody. Very good morning, and at the outset I congratulate the team dedicatedly doing this type of faculty development programs, which is a need of the hour, and fortunately I could also participate and hear to some of our other speakers, and really felt very happy with the informative talks given on the fundamentals of outcome-based education and all. So I will not be going into that fundamentals of this outcome-based education, because including details of taxonomy and all the COPOs, everything was nicely dealt by our previous speakers and experts, including from the first lecture, Janardhan Rao Garu and Meenakshi Madam, I think in the last yesterday. So they covered our Sunil sir giving a taxonomy and all the details nicely given. So without reiterating many of these things, just I will go into the subject of mining related. What are the industry expectations from outcome-based education? Because education, now let me share my slide and let me know whether my slide is visible to you. Just then I will start अभी एक बार आप
Okay.
अभी ऐसा आप then I will share my screen. Yeah. I guess can I go continue now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, if it is visible and if I am audible,
Yes,
uh,
visible, sir. You can start.
I think we are within the time, so I may be able to complete as per the scheduled time the task about what would be the industry expectations from our outcome-based education, especially related to mining sector, because I belong to mining engineering branch and was there in the industry, and still I feel that I am a part of the industry. Why I telling, I will tell you later. Because ultimately, whatever we are doing as an academician or a researcher or a scientist are to help the industry and get the required results, outcomes, outcomes from there through our products, that is through our students, scholars, whatever. That is the way how I look at. And I tried as a professor about 18 years here, also as a chairman for implementing NEP 2020 couple of years back when it was introduced for our mining engineering. With all these, some of the experiences, I thought I should share some of these issues where it may be more useful for mining related and allied academicians and industries, but maybe also equally attributable to other disciplines, as I have been doing on with a specific name like transdisciplinary, translational, industry-oriented research and academics. That we started long back in 2006, way back. And now in NEP 2020, they have included a multidisciplinary part of it. So I will explain from my point of view, but I should give like a disclaimer when we submit any reports to any ministries or any consultancy, projects. We say that whatever the results we are giving or whatever the opinions given is not of the organization, but it is our personal, opinions, and then whatever the experiences we have. This is for further discussion, interaction, so that we can refine more and create more awareness in the true spirit on this NEP 2020 and outcome-based education, which is going to play a major role in shaping our future Vikasit Bharat and Gurukula, whatever we say. And before I start something, just I would like to have some feedback, especially from young faculty, those who are online available. How much you can say that over the couple of days, nicely presented by other speakers also, our NEP 2020 are the new whatever is there. It is not like old wine in new bottle, but some part of it can be attributed to our age-old ancient practice of Gurukula, where when there is a king, whether he is a Dasharatha Maharaja or somebody else, or even Lord Krishna. So they used to take the advice of their gurus. Gurus, let me put it in the teachers, professor, teacher, whatever it is. And that means, although they are kings of the states and the nations, and they used to, when they get a problem, they used to seek the advice of their gurus, teachers. So that's what I look forward as a teacher, the acceptability by the society, by the industry, at least related industry. If it is a metallurgy related industries, electronics related industries and societies, whatever. Humanities, related humanities, like that. So how much we could be successful in getting accepted by the society or the concerned industries? Just I wanted an answer in yes and no. Of course, you may write in the chat box, but somebody can say yes, 20%, 30%, 50%. Then I will continue further, giving the basic some examples and some of my experiences and number of experiences will be sharing, where we get a good acceptability by the society, by the industry concerned as a faculty, so that we can do the best. And those who are going from our Gurukula, when you say in that way, so our disciples, our students will have that much of acceptability when people say now 80% of BTech and other students are not employable, I am not telling this, this is a statistics. So there, how many may say, yes, we are 100% got the acceptability by the concerned industry and whatever research, whatever academics we are doing are imparting is being utilized perfectly for the expectations of the industry, meeting the demand of the nation, because it's Bharat, whatever it is. So somebody may just unmute, others may write yes, no, or 20%, 10%, where as a faculty we are acceptable by the concerned industries and societies. Can I have, before I shift from my title slide, can I have that type of feedback, Sunil sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, 10%, 20%, 50% acceptability by the industries and society. How much you may say?
Sir, 30%.
Very good. So this is what I wanted to give some more emphasis. When you just imagine a case where, when we are talking about NEP 2020, outcome-based education or competency-based education, and then when we are meeting the demand of our Ministry of Education, since we are there under that, and then our nation, then we should be acceptable in the concerned industry, just like when Maharaja, he gets some problem, Dasharatha Maharaja or somebody, he used to call the gurus or teachers, Vasishtha or whatever, Vishwamitra, Chanakya, something like that, to seek the solutions. So they should be 100% by 2047 or whatever it is, we should aim for that. So whenever they feel some problem, some industry, and in fact that industry are being run by our students once upon a time, if not our means, from somewhere they are produced. They are products of some institution, academic institution, where they could serve now at the helm of affairs, maybe a chairman, Coal India, maybe director general of mine safety when it comes to mining, maybe any CMDs, directors, whatever they are. So that's what we aim for, and that is feasible when we can meet the demands or the industry expectations in our curriculum, syllabus, and whatever we are doing. And when our products, I mean our students, are acceptable by the industries or society, then we say that yes, we are highly satisfied, and then we fulfill our requirements. And that is what we look at as a Vikasit Bharat. If not now, shortly it will happen. And now continuing further,
as I said in the beginning, linking myself to industry expectation.
here myself to industry expectation with
And there, whenever I teach my
mining,
students,
and there students, I make them, because they are supposed to become just like a replica of us later when they are representing in solving some problems. And when we have that acceptability as a faculty, if some industries are facing some problem, there is a disaster in some mines, the biggest disaster happened in India in our Rajmal mines, then immediately we got a call and we were there with them, with 3 PhD scholars and staying there. So that somewhere it is not to boost only some institution, but everybody, every faculty should have that type of passion and attitude, so that our products will be acceptable. By when they accept us, I mean as a faculty, as an academician, then our products, as our students, our disciples in Gurukula system, whatever we say, then there will not be any problem of that 80% students not employable. That question will not arise. So this is what we should aim for in our education system. And there, just since I am talking about this mining industry related, little bit I may be telling about. Don't see so many contents in this. I will not take so much time. Within time only I will finish, Sunil sir. So some present scenario I will be giving there, and the role of various organizations, because I have to fulfill my curriculum, my syllabus, to fulfill the demand of these organizations or the country, ultimately our nation. And they should be something like, as day before our Janardhan Rao Sahab nicely said, local, that is a local to global. So we should first solve the problems of our local industries or our state, our place. So if I am there now in a mineral rich state, Odisha, then if I solve the problem of this may be an example. It may be helpful in solving some global problems, local to global. This is what we aim for. So some of these organizations have their own thrust areas of the workings that our students also, they should be made to learn and understand. So that's what just I put it, so that they should become something like a KFC chicken. So when they come out with a degree certificate, not just on the roads, but they are with the skills to solve the problems. If not, they know the ways how to solve the problems. They already learned and experienced through their faculty or whatever it is in the institutions. So in that way, we have so many organizations related. These are for the states, Department of Mines and Geology, for Indian Bureau of Mines, Ministry of Coal, Ministry of Mines, Director General of Mine Safety, and so many other mining companies, government, non-government, and so many things like that. Then, of course, conventional and outcome-based education, I need not say much because it is already dealt by so many people. But what I would like to emphasize is how our mining sector working since long time, and who are taking care of that industry. Competency certification. That means those we are producing our products as a BTech or B, MTech or ME, PhD, DSc, whatever they are. Then what is their competency level? And then when these certifications were not there before, maybe 50, 100 years back, like that, still that mining operation was there. And there were some age-old practices, and still it is being continued as a competency certifications. And there also I try to give some issue what is there. I would like to say something about that with some examples of our courses, how we design, and then how we give articulation matrix or attainment levels, and then through that where we are lacking, how to improve upon that. So this type of issue, so that we will fulfill the expectation of mine sectors from this. Anyway, during yesterday, day before, during other experts' presentation, I also used to ask some simple queries, how industry expectations are being fulfilled, how to make it industry oriented, so that our faculty, I mean our students, our products should be useful, just like a KFC chicken to eat, that means to absorb, and then use for solving the problems of the industry or the society or the public, like that. Then trust areas. And then next, what I wanted to say is, so after this, there are some trust areas where now different disciplines they can contribute, and since so many faculty are there from different places, I think different states maybe, then they can also contribute to the mining industries as an electronics, mechanical, electrical, whatever. In that way, I am very fortunate, I say with a proud privilege, that I have PhD scholars from almost all departments: electronics, computer science, electrical, mechanical, civil.
In the Ministry of Coal, that is FX Committee of Coal India Limited. And
so in that way, people can one call, that is Apex Committee of Coal India Limited, come with some research proposals that will be, why I am going to say about this is, that will be useful to solve the problems of the industry. And there you as an electronics engineer, or as a psychologist, or as a electrical or mechanical civil engineer will be contributing. And that is industry oriented, because there are the problems in the industry, and now you are giving a proposal to solve that, and your BTech, MTech, PhD projects are related to that present problems, and they have such a satisfaction of dealing with the present problems of the industries concerned, whatever it is. So that gives, that makes us more acceptable by the industry, and there will not be any depth of employability when we can give that type of skills or competency, I can say. Competence in a simple words is that student, I mean our product, should have adequate knowledge, and it is also well said, it is also inevitable, and everybody understands that competence means they should have adequate knowledge, and their skills, and also some attitude to do that works, and that is where we can develop when you involve our students, whether they are BTech, MTech, PhD, whatever it is, to solve some of the problems of the present industries are related, whatever is there. then in that way, what are the challenges, action plan? In that way, just I go ahead. And now, as to say in a simple words, mining industry present scenario, here, there we in this recent year, 23-24, it is around 2,000 plus mines are there as far as our mineral conservation and development rules are concerned. There will be still more than that. And this is why I am telling about this is those students or those who are going to do some research, they should be able to appreciate first that wherever they are going to get involved, this is having this type of background. I mean, that industry nature is like this. Okay. Then we are producing the fourth largest reserves in the world we have as far as coal is concerned, manganese ore 7, like that. So when he becomes a mining engineer, then he should feel proud and privileged that yes, I am going to contribute something. And this also is an information for other disciplines where they can contribute. And we, on behalf of, I can say, as a scientist for 2 decades in Ministry of Mines, a decade, Kolar Goldfields, and also another decade in CSIR, Simper Dhanbad. I take it as a privilege to give some more awareness as a scientist for 2 decades that any discipline faculty can contribute in the concerned areas towards the mining industries. And we have adequate funds for Ministry of Coal and Ministry of Mines. That's why just as a member of our Apex Committee, Ministry of Coal and Coal India R&D Board, this is my invitation, you can say, that any faculty, they can come out with some suitable proposals, R&D proposals, and we can involve in the industry-oriented and problem solution. That is, you are a part of a problem solution. So in that way, the value of production of non-metallic mineral itself is around 10,000 crores, 21-22. Of course, some more data was not there. I kept in some other place. So we are talking about this type of industry having so much. And when I said from local to global, we are supposed to encourage our students, and especially as a professor in NIT Rourkela, I also admire and our system of state and central, where 50% of our students are from the state, so that they also should contribute to their state, and they can understand better the problems of that place, in the place where they hailed from. And about me, I hailed from Kottagudem, which is a mining district, and I am there over 3 generations in the mines. With that passion when we work, so definitely that gives a lot of satisfaction, and they can put 100% of their efforts. And I hope that type of people can fulfill this OB or whatever our outcome-based education requirements. Yes. So here, coming to the Odisha, the recent issue here is, so we are contributing as a state into so many minerals: bauxite, chromite, garnet, graphite, iron ore, limestone, manganese, sulfur, so many things. In something we are number 2 or number 1, like that, in the reserve position and production. I am not going much details into the total state issues, but this is just when I encourage to get involved, even our students also to get involved in the industries nearby your institution. If your institution is in Punjab, try to identify, if you are a mechanical engineer, try to identify somewhere where machineries are being used, some problems in that related industries, so that it is easy for you to take them, your students, to the nearby places for a visit, for explaining or for demonstrating so many things. If you have that type of acceptability by the nearby industries, we can really contribute to outcome-based education. Why I am re-emphasizing this is, I have seen so many cases, even in IITs, and I am not naming the IITs, and where I used to be examiner for different and other council meetings, where some students PhD for verification of their models, whether they are doing some numerical model, some other type of work. Then they used to say, when I used to ask them, so how much data you have, how many industries you visited and all that, how much you understood the industry problem. So I could not get more than 10% answer, as 20% beyond was not there in industry-oriented research, as our Sunil Saab, our convener, also rightly said. So this is just to show that, and these are the mining areas spread in different districts of our state. When it is so much of mining is happening, then there should not be any dearth of industry-oriented type of work or visiting the industry. Is taking up the industry-oriented projects. Yesterday, when Meenakshi Madam was presenting, I asked, there are so many other issues which we will be discussing later. Then these are the production and other trends and all, whatever. And we used to conduct so many programs for awareness in the industries, workshops, technology exchange programs. I might have conducted more than 50, 60 programs throughout these 15, 16 years to spread the knowledge, whatever is generated at our academic institutions to the stakeholders. Concerned industries. In that way, when you see what will be our future, here the future of mining in India lies in technological. Our CII, Confederation of Indian Industries, or MGMI, Mining Geological Metallurgical Institutions, Institution of Engineers, and everybody we can take into account in framing and then syllabus. And of course, industries, we are taking their help also in modifying from time to time. But these other organizations also, we should take input from them, and researchers in crucial in this technological shift. So we are supposed to make them ready. Our products should be ready to adopt this type of latest or modern trends. That's what is required. That's why we say it is our future. Mining is like a smart mining, where you use AI-enabled technologies, so many things, and many of our PhD scholars are also working in that. And here, just I would like to
more than 90% or 80% are not mining, and few.
Here, I hope Convener Saab might have joined some of our faculty and scholars. So here, just I would like to show some of our this one. One
video clipping. Just I will show how that industry looks like.
I will not take much time, but only 2-3 minutes like that. One underground mine, how it looks like, and there what type of training, what type of curriculum and other things required. And it is an open cast. These are the two basic technologies what we use as far as mining technology is concerned. That's why only that two I will show. And this is an underground mine. I hope you are able to see this. Sunil sir, are you able to see this video? Sunil sir.
Yes, sir.
Or anybody they can respond, then I will continue. If somebody responds.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yeah, you are able to see something, right? Is it very clearly visible? Is it very clearly visible?
Running, sir.
Okay, this is the way how our underground mining appears. Underground mining appears like this. Now, I am taking you people inside a mine, maybe 200 meter or 300 meter inside the earth crust, for which we design the curriculum syllabus to design all these technologies. That's what just I wanted to show. Where this is, of course, some coal mines. Otherwise, this may be our gold mines where we are going even more than 3 kilometers, 2.5 to 3 kilometers. And these are some instruments what we have been using where we need the help of electronics, computer science, instrumentation, electrical, and so many all. That is the way how we integrate our integrated approaches, transdisciplinary research, what we follow. And this is the way how it appears in a coal mine. Now you can see some type of a sandstone like this, and then how people go inside. So this is of course one Ministry of Mines, Ministry of Coal project long back when I was a scientist in Kolar Goldfields. सब लोग तो Ash 1, 2, 3 तो जानते हैं आप लोग, KGF movie 1, 2, 3. when I was there, of course, but this mine is not Kolar Goldfield mine, but this is a coal mine. This is the way how it appears. Now we are supposed to design the mining technologies. Whether it can be a mining methods, it can be geotechnical engineering, ground control techniques, instrumentation, safety, environment, health, all those things. This is just I wanted to show so that this is the way how it appears. For this, now we have to make it very safe, and this is the way how that coal is being hauled from underground to the surface by different technologies, maybe conveyors and other things. Otherwise, he is one of our area general manager. At that time, along with me is a from Srirampur, mine of Singareni. This is the way how it appears now. Those who are seeing, this is a coal how it appears, which is giving you 70% of the energy. And for this, we are supposed to design a curriculum where, just like me, my students should go and solve the problems of the industry. And this is the way how it appears. Where, as a mining engineer, I cannot design an instrument. I cannot design a cloud computing or your wireless technology or your artificial intelligence technologies or machine learning and all. But I can give the problems and what type of solutions required and provide adequate funds, whether it is through ministry or projects or industry, whether it is through ministry or projects or industry, whatever it is. So that's where that integrated approaches and all starts, and this is the way how it appears, for which we have to design a curriculum to give the skills and learning or teaching based education. What is a teaching based education which was followed long back? Of course, now it is not valid for us, although it has been our learning based and then learning outcomes for each course. It can be underground coal mining methods course. So I have been teaching that those areas where it appears, so that others, when I am talking about, they will have some idea. So this is how that underground mine appears. Sunil sir, ये तो दिख रहा है ना? Now, little bit about how that open cast working looks like, just for to
सिर्फ मेरा लेक्चर
And this is the way
and this is the way open
like here. It is
in minutes I will show that this is a under and how yes. Now you are able to see this is our open cast mine. Where we will be extracting different type of minerals. It can be coal, it can be different other type of mines. This, let me put it in this way. Yes. So this is the way how this mining appears. For this, we will be designing surface mining technologies and your mechanical engineering, mining machineries, heavy earth moving machineries, and these are how there are some problems in slope stability, geotechnical engineering, civil engineering, then electronics, computer science, all branches we take, they are of the chief geologists. And this was, of course, taken in 2010 as a part of some investigations in that mine. This is how, whether it is a copper ore, lead and zinc ore, or manganese ore, or whatever your Satna diamond mines, Panna diamond mines, it can be diamond deposit like kimberlite bed in Satna. This is the way how it appears, for which we will be making our engineers, mining engineers, ready to and this is, of course, all these investigations are, some are part of ministry projects, some are part of industry solutions. Here it is clearly a geotechnical issue. Even civil engineers are also involved in this. I used to involve in 2006-7 itself when I was head of the department. I was head of the department of civil engineering, Dr. K.C. Patra, as a co-investigator in my project. So in that way, I used to involve mathematicians for probabilistic analysis of probability of failure, slope failure. In that way, physics for blasting effects. So like that, all branches we used to involve. and these are different investigations how it is conducted, and this is just to show, give an idea to everybody that this is the way how it appears, and these are the type of accidents how it takes place when there is a failure of this, and it is a very clear-cut issue of a geotechnical engineering where civil engineers also, soil mechanics and other issues they also will contribute. So it is just here to put this. And now going back to our presentation. Yes. Now continuing with further. So with this future scenario, now there are the industries and their industries need some type of skills. Their industries need, and already they identified whether it is a Ministry of Mines, whether it is a Indian Bureau of Mines, whether it is a Ministry of Coal, whether it is a Department of Mines and Geology. For each and every state, they have already identified some thrust areas and some problem areas. And we as a faculty, we are also supposed to, that's why I said in the beginning, acceptability of our faculty as a problem solver or a solution agent for them. Then definitely they are going to come to us, and in that way, now we have, at least I have, more than 22 projects in hand now ongoing, where I don't give any project in a hypothetical way. Of course, I don't discourage as a scientist fundamental research as a part of our curriculum development and then our other doctoral works, research works. But when there are so many problems at present, so I wish that my student or my product should be able to solve that problem in the local area first, and similar problem is there in some other state, in some other country, local to global. They should take us as a role model and as a solution to them. In that way, we really fulfill the requirement of whatever we call indigenous technologies, Atmanirbhar Bharat, or Skill India, Make India. This is the way how Vikasit Bharat we can look forward for. Yes, so Ministry of Mines, Indian Bureau of Mines, basically dealing with many metal mines related and all. Ministry of Coal, already they have identified so many thrust areas where already they are facing some problems. Then we as a faculty are also supposed to know about all this, should have that awareness, and we are also somewhere as a part, as a member of their committees and all. So that happens only when we have that acceptability. That's why I said from our Gurukula, old ancient system of education, where our even Chandragupta, if faces a problem, he should go to the Chanakya without feeling shy, and he should have that belief also that he may solve, he will solve our problem. So that type of acceptability is required, whether it is Dasharatha Maharaja going to assist our Vishwamitra, that type of Gurukula system we should be able to develop. So let me put it in the F5 full screen. Now, in that way, we as a mining industry, when able to contribute to GDP 2.5%, and by 2047, so we have been aiming for US dollar 30 trillion economy, right? So that itself gives a boost to our students. And there are different states where we have mining areas. So at least those institutions in that states should be able to and involve other branches also. And there is no depth of funds as far as research input or research projects are concerned. That's what I wanted to say. And in that way, when it comes to the companies which are having problems, Coal India, its subsidiaries, National Mineral Development Corporation, Vedanta, Hindustan Zinc, Hindustan Copper, Hindalco, Bharat Aluminium, Rajasthan State, Gujarat Mineral. Because unless my student, unless my faculty knows what are the industry, what are their problem, how I can give a project to my BTech student, how I can give an industry-related project to them. And when, fortunately, if we are acceptable by those industries, they are already coming to us to solve their problem. So that itself is a part of my BTech or MTech or PhD. This is the way how we look forward. When it comes to this, the inspiration is again from our CSIR vision, for which our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi sir, as a president, of CSIR, I mean Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, in their vision already it was stated, and we are going forward with the multidisciplinary, transdisciplinary approaches. And then when we consider even the day before also, Janardhan Rao Garu and others nicely explained income-based, outcome-based, and all those type of competency-based educations and all. So here, when it is an academic institution, now many institutions in the, I don't name any institution, maybe income-based, some, it is also required, but in a different sense. Then academics and research, if you consider as a two sides of the coin, now we are seeing here our great scientists looking forward for some other third eye. So that third eye is the experience and the industry exposure and that acceptability. In addition to this academics and research, you may be a best scientist in the world, and you may be a best academician with so many patents and recognitions, but if you cannot understand the problems of the industry or the society, then all that is done may be there in the libraries, or it may be a load on the library, burden on the library with the PhD thesis or international publications for MRR rating or whatever it is. But it is not going to be useful to solve the problem. But we should look at that third eye. We should open that third eye. And definitely I appreciate the people who have contributed a lot in framing this NEP 2020, and they made us to open that third eye, and that's what we look forward for. अभी इधर इसमें इसलिए इसको थोड़ा लगाया था मैं. Then, but for that we need some integrative studies for development of this outcome-based education in line with NEP 2020. Whatever we are designing and we are aiming for further research or whatever we are looking forward, it should be translational, transdisciplinary, and transformational. That's what just I say. And as far as our NEP 2020 is concerned, it is clearly mentioned as a multidisciplinary approaches. So still I see, with my limited knowledge of 37 years, maybe 2 decades as a scientist and 2 years, couple of years in the industry, core industries, and now about 18 years as a professor. So I can say that it requires some more in a more broader sense than what is quoted in NEP 2020. So it is even people consider whatever they are doing in their research, I am putting something more beyond our BTech, MTech, and other things also here, to encourage and inspire, motivate some of our faculty to take up industry-oriented projects. And why I am telling this is also as a member of our Ministry of Coal, Apex Committee for Coal India R&D Board, so that they may be electronics engineer, mechanical, electrical. So when some people are working, they may be best in their own fields. He may be a very good mechanical engineer, some color, very good geologist, some other color, and a mining engineer, a computer scientist, and electronics instrument engineer. When they feel that it is a multidisciplinary that approach when they are following, people may think that I am best and I did with 100 patents in my board and whatever it is in that area. But that is not going to solve the problems of the industry. So we may be the best scientist in the world, Nobel laureate, but if you are unable to understand that industry problem and integrate with, and this is also in our attributes, graduate attributes, our program educational objectives very clearly mentioned, unless you work in the team. So that team, they should make understand the basic problem, and all they should aim to solve that problem. If you produce as a geologist, I can give a number of examples as a scientist and as a professor in mining engineering. But here, if he is a very good geologist, he has prepared a very good geological report. But that report, if he cannot understand how that report is used in designing mining method, later implementing it, and then electrification of whatever is done, instrumentation, then getting the data, analysis through AI-enabled technology or machine learning, deep learning, using as a part of it cloud, fog or dew computing, whatever it is. All these things my scholars are doing from all the disciplines. So if they are best in their own field is not sufficient. As a team, they are able to understand the problem, what is the problem, and then they can contribute better. Right. So interdiscipline little bit. It has a different definition. It may vary from person to person or from team to team. So that means in interdiscipline, some disciplines they are able to understand each other. Something like metallurgy and mining, something like geologist and mining engineer. They may understand better than electronics engineer and metallurgical engineer. Something like that. So that is also not going to solve the problem. And transdisciplinary means all are working for solving the problem, and that can be mining industry. I'm giving so many examples because I did a lot of things, at least with my little experience of 37 years. So I can give so many examples. But it can be in any other industries. It can be a part of your department of electronics or biotechnology, or it can be anything, and you can contribute as a pharmaceuticals or medical field, wherever it is. And in that way, transdisciplinary research and transcendental research, this is where we aim for and make our students. In that way, this topic is, the sky is also not the limit. And my idea is to move to such a design of OB content in such a way that our people, they should be able to apply this transdisciplinary research specific to mining industries. I am telling only about that here, and the outcome-based education. And let them make it so many of our. There is some problem in our this one. Just a minute, please. Charger is being kept here. Is my voice audible, sir? Sunil, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir. Audible. Audible, sir.
Sunil, sir? I can take.
Yes, sir. Audible. Audible, sir.
Sir, 20 minutes.
25 minutes, sir.
Okay, sir, right. Yeah. So, in that way, if this is useful to encourage our transdisciplinary groups to come out, of course, in improving the curriculum, syllabus, whatever it is, and then also taking up some research, industry-oriented research. It can be for a part of BSc, PhD, MTech, BTech, whatever it is, in any branch. It may not be in mining, electronics engineer, because I have my students, and I give one of the simplest example. When I was HOD 15 years back, in NIT Rourkela, this department, when one student came to me, he is in the second or third year, like that, Astos Patri. Somebody, they can write the name, they can see. He asked me, sir, I'm interested in wireless sensor technology. So I felt very happy because by that time I was having in around 10 mines, the projects going on. Then I sent him immediately, including one IIT Hyderabad professor in Hyderabad, because my mines were where we are doing projects, were near Hyderabad, I mean Ramagundam, Singareni College, where I also worked as assistant manager 35 years back. So in that way I used to encourage. Now later he did his BTech. After mining engineering BTech, he's MTech from IIT Mumbai in something electronics related field. Then he completed his PhD also now in some wireless technologies in US. So this is the way how we encourage. It is something like they are interested in that. That is what is a learning based education. If I follow teaching based means I should make everybody like me, but it will not happen, as it is rightly said and emphasized all the time, advocated, because all people are not the same as a learner, because learning is not same for everybody. So some people may take, that's why we give one grade is 15 to 45, as rightly said by Janardhan Rao Saab, if I could remember correctly. That is what is a learning one compared to our conventional credit system of 15 hours teaching is one credit. No. So it is a different. So that type of issue, when you can encourage them to learn, that encouragement comes when we have that acceptance by the industries as a faculty, then that we are involving them. And when they are going to the industry, they are going as a part of the investigation team, not just as a student. When I write a letter to their CMD or somebody that my student is coming to get the data, they may not show that much interest. If my student is coming as an investigator of my team, then you can imagine the passion and the interest and the satisfaction of our students and the motivation what they get and the acceptability by the industry. industry to take that type of students. That's what is industry oriented, what we look forward for. And I need not overemphasize this issue outcome based education. ये तो ऐसे ही पहले रखा हुआ था इसलिए यहाँ रह गया. But it is true and very simple way of telling, where they are expected to know something. In that way only we are framing the syllabus curriculum, modifying again and again, involving industry people also. And there I will also give some examples where there is a lacuna at present and what industry expects, especially mining industry. That also I will tell later. And that means they are able to do it, and what type of skills and knowledge they need to have when they leave our institution as a good product to be observed, and there should not be any dearth of their employability at all. So that's what we aim for. Teaching based versus learning based, of course, that is a simple we discussed many times. In that way, when it comes to DGMS, I said competency based or competence certificates. So here, as a mining engineer, also I am also a competency certificate holder to manage mines. Long back, 30 years back, I am also having that certificate of competence to manage a mine. So here, coal mine like that. So here there are some. It is something like a certificate where our BTech student or MTech, whoever are going, they are treated equal to that competency certificate. Now here, that logic I wanted to emphasize here is, what is the difference? I mean, when it comes to a first-class mines manager certificate, this is the way how people say, first-class mines manager competency certificate of competency to manage a mine. So then they are given the responsibility to run the industry. That means now when we are producing our students with whatever the outcome-based education we have been planning for, our conventional system of education with the syllabus and all, and fortunately I have been a member in many other NITs in Academic Council, Board of Studies and other PPUT and other government, non-government organizations, seeing all the systems there. So here what happens is, when a person with BTech 4-year degree course with these outcomes fulfill learning-based whatever is education we are giving, and we are certifying that he is having these skills, right? Then these are accepted as a mines manager, and even if a person who is not having that skill, I mean that BTech, still he is also working as a mines manager. That's why I wanted to show this. What was the competency certificate, the system we have in India, especially Directorate General of Mine Safety of Competency. My thanks to my very good friend, Mr. Ujjwal Kha, with whom we are working in Singareni. Now he is a Director General of Mine Safety, and also Sri PM Prasad Garu is a Chairman Coal India, with whom we used to discuss what type of improvements are required and during different other events. So these are the different criteria and the syllabus provided to them, and then after this they are given competency certificate, and they are managing the mines, that is the industry. So these are different roles what they play. With a degree at deploying mining, experience of 5 years, age 23 years and above, they can act as after passing that competency certificate examination held by Director General of Mine Safety. They can work as a mines manager of different kind. I mean, second class, first class, this is how they call it. And then overman certificate or mining sardar certificate. So this is the way how it is given with different years of experience and the syllabus. And its detailed syllabus, of course, if anybody writes in the Google or DMS and syllabus, they will get it. So only I am giving a broad category of this, what is there. And I also wanted to give some more emphasis on how better our students with outcome-based education coming out from our institutions are better than these people, so that now we can fulfill the demands of the industry in a better way. That's what I wanted to emphasize. Since it is called as a competency certificate to manage the mines and they run the industries, so compared to that, whatever we are having, our BTech, MTech, and other courses, and outcome-based education as per NEP 2020, whatever we have been framing, how better it can be and what more betterments required. That's what I wanted to emphasize. That's why I'm showing this only. And of course, those who are from mining background, they know about it. But for others, just I'm giving. This can be for other certificate or competency with different syllabus like that, and degree diploma in or blaster certificate. That means they are competent to conduct blasting. So for your information, you might have seen a blasting of using 100 gram, 200 kg, or maybe whatever explosive. But we blast tons of explosive to break the rocks, and that has been my specialization in IIT BHU long back in 1988. So now we are supposed to provide a better skills to our students compared to what is existing system. That's the reason why I'm showing this. So this is even those who pass only 10th class, they are going as a mining sardar and other examinations. They are managing or supervising them like that. So these are the different criteria for different type of examinations and competency to as a part of management of the mines industries. That's why I'm showing this. Even in handling explosives, they need some competency. In that way, there are so many reports. I am not going into that, but it is just for giving some idea. Utkrishta Bharat in mining, they have given so many reports in October 23 itself, where technological interventions to transform the growth of Indian mining sector. But I, as a faculty, I, as maybe a chairman board of studies or member of board of studies or in academic council, I would like to have some people from different organizations. Already we are involving many people from the industries and all. But still, something is there, lacuna, where we should involve the people from government agencies and non-government agencies also involved in that sector, I mean, in that industry, so that they can say better what are the industry demands, present problems they are facing, so that whatever product we are giving, that should be able to meet their requirements. That is the way how just I wanted. So these are so many reports. Somebody writes and they will get all the detail. But these are the people whom we would like to take. And when it comes to outcome-based education, just for only few minutes, I will show what we are doing, so that this is all graduate attributes and program outcomes. I need not go in details because already our previous speakers, a couple of days, whether it is 12 graduate aptitudes are there, including lifelong learning and how this is supposed to be considered in framing our syllabus, even our vision, mission, and all that. We frame in that way, so that we meet the demands. That is program outcomes for every program. When it comes to our mining engineering, so it is to carry out research and create human resources for developing appropriate technology towards sustainable development. I need not overemphasize the requirement of sustainable development goals. And since it is for mining, that's why I said of mineral resources. And our main point in that to fulfill that the mission 1, 2, 3 are like we will create our skilled human resource. Environmental sustainability is very important, and we should frame for the future research and development also, like M1, M2, M3 we did in that way. Program specific outcomes, little bit about our department related, whatever we try to frame. Just I try to give it here. And mapping, when you see many speakers also already given, but I'm giving specific to our mining related one, how it fulfills the mission statement 1, 2, 3 and whatever program education objectives, mapping 1, 2, 3 at the level of fulfillment. And in that way, when you see, these are of course different courses structure which I have been teaching, whether it is core subjects, underground core mining, surface mining, or strata control, blasting technology and other things. Just because some of these courses I used to take for other branches also as a open elective. So in that way, we have students from computer science, electrical, electronics also, labs, computer applications in mining. Then when you see some course articulation matrix, mapping and other things, because these are the issues what I used to explain my students in the first class itself. Of course, many people may be doing that, so that our students will be knowing in the beginning what is our module syllabus, what is our course outcomes and objectives, then how we are going to deal with them in the assignments to fulfill or improve their skills, whether projects and questions. Then this is the way how generally we used to explain in the beginning itself. Course objective mapping with the grades and achievement in the previous years. This is the way how generally I used to show, so that they will be abreast of what they are supposed to do in that semester. That may be very clear to them. Their mind map will be clear with the mapping of our course outcomes or whatever the program outcomes, and then including some of the clauses what we have in our academic regulations. I used to keep it. It may be useful in some other institutions. That's why just I kept it here. How we award the teachers' assessments and all. Then those things initially itself I used to explain to them. Suppose this is for some spring semester somewhere in the Stata Control Technology, whatever assignments, home assignments and other things. How generally I never used to give same topic. So this is general, my way is explaining the syllabus in the beginning with all these. Then I used to ask them after 1 week, which part of the syllabus you are more interested. Then related to that, I used to give assignment. So that I don't want everybody to become prime minister. Somebody should be a finance minister, somebody should be some other aviation minister, like that, in their own interest. Suppose if somebody goes anywhere, so if somebody is interested in chicken, he will be looking for the chicken all around with a passion. So this is the way how I used to give assignments, and I got a very good result. That's why I am following. So this is a structure of different course, and this outcomes as far as underground coal mining. So how it is addressing this program specific objective and then program outcomes. Then for different courses it is given here. Course outcomes 1, 2, 3. Then how it is fulfilled. Then articulation matrix. Then assessment criteria. Whether it is theory course, generally 20% internal assessment, 30% mid semester, 50% end semester. This is our general procedure what we follow, and that is again depending on us, as I already told about my way of assessment, of teaching assessment in a different way, internal assessment. That differs. Then mean marks, because this itself I used to show in the beginning previous year's performance also to my students, so that they can concentrate in a different way, in a better way, and their modules in the beginning. Of course, this is already there in their syllabus and our website also. Around 40 hours of teaching with different modules, so that this is a Stata Control Technology, and the different assignments individually I used to give for each one. This is of course some type of examples I have shown here, average marks and all. So all these things I used to explain and analyze why they are getting less or more in this way, and then how we can improve upon it, where we can involve in more of industry visits, other things, then COs and POs mapping here with grades, whether high, medium, low, in a different fashion we will be doing that, but it was done before, just I kept aside here. Then I also take this value education, ethics, stress management and all, because this is most common to all institutions. That's why I kept it here. Only yesterday I have taken a class, and tomorrow anyway another class is on this. The syllabus generally we call EA 1270. This is a common syllabus in all the institutions, irrespective of any branch. That's why just I am showing this. In the professional ethics, science and spirituality, where we are also trying to fulfill some of our program objectives and course objectives 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. And then course objective, and then course outcomes, then of course it's textbook. Then even while doing the question paper, I don't know whether it is very clear or not, marks, and then it's a CO, course objective, and your taxonomy, these levels, knowledge levels, everything we are preparing it, so that it will be a full as a question paper also. It will be easily understood by the students. In that question paper itself, I am keeping specifically whatever our course outcomes and all. Here we are mentioning this, so that they are aware of what for they are reading, what is expected out of them at every stage. This is where I used to prepare. This is a recent question paper, and this is a mid-sem question of that. And rubrics for course performance assessment, because many people they follow. I am not going much into this. Then based on some CO attainment, this attainment levels of whatever the course outcomes with each and every question, whatever we prepare for different subjects, COPO mapping, then their marks and all. Then in that way, expectations of mining industry is little bit. Only 5 more minutes I will take, Sunil sir. अभी कितना time है?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Only 5 minutes, Sunil sir. Please bear with me for 5 more minutes. Yes, sir. So here expectations, as I said in the beginning, our competency certificate, already I said, our manager, because even if you are having a BTech or MTech, whatever degree, you will not be allowed to manage a mine. So unless you have that competency certificate, that's what I said in the beginning itself. And compared to that competence certificate, their syllabus, their assessment procedure, their examination procedures and all, with due regard to our Ujjwal Saab, who has been our very good friend, Director General of Mines, where they are going, very good efforts are being done by their agencies. At the same time, compared to that, our BTech students going through this transformation in NEP 2020, outcome-based education, are proved to be better than those even in adopting new technologies and all. That's what is expectation from the industry. Not only that competence certificate of DMS, but our outcome-based education. Whatever we are sending, our products, I mean, our BTech or MTech, whatever. So after passing through and skilled through this, then they are better, and that's what is required for the industry. That's what. And advanced technology intervention, adoption, smart mining, sustainable, AI-driven technologies, automation, for all that. Then, of course, this is just to show attainment levels of COs, POs, PSOs, that's a program specific outcomes. Then here in some, because all courses may not be addressing all these program objectives by outcomes here, but here somewhere which is attainment level. This is a attainment level where less than around 40%. So I used to specifically go through. That's why I said this is my personal observation and whatever my experience, not attributed to the institution what I belong to. That was a disclaimer already I made in the beginning when we do something right. So when it is around 40%, when in fulfilling this PO5 and PO6. So what are the reasons? What more should be done? This is the way how you do it. So poor attainment levels and expectations. So here PO5 modern tool usage, there is something missing. We wanted to improve upon that through the projects and other things. That's what is the meaning. And then startups, we encourage entrepreneurships, and then involving the industry projects and all. And then applying reasoning informed by, and then assess societal health, safety, legal, these type of issues. And then program specific outcome when you see impact of mining on society and environment. This is somewhere missing in the attainment. That is how students are unable to attain that type of level, satisfactory levels. So we wanted to improve upon that, even value education. Future already, as I said, automation, digitization, collaboration among the mining industries, and then technological innovations, propelling the nation towards self-reliance and sustainable growth. In that way, when you see, there are so many details given. I am not going into that. Technological innovations, a glimpse into the future. Then electrification and sustainability, even electrical engineers, electronics, redefining our mining operations, we are going for that. Then financial impact, driving efficiency and reducing expenses. Then collaboration for a prosperous future already little bit we have. So our India's mining sector, by addressing these challenges through technological innovation, sustainable practices, community engagement, and the sector can unlock its true potential. And that's where our products, our students should be prepared for that, should be made in that way so that they can take care of future mining sector. And when I say future, present is 2024. Who are that and how much they are producing leading metal manufacturer? I kept it here. Tata Steel, with great tribute to our Ratan Tata Saab, who has been well-known personality for better contribution to the nation, is the number one in metal companies with whatever that. Then mining sector, there are present is tense and future could be imperfect. This is what some people say. So now our students, our products, our outcome-based, whatever practices we are following, they should prove this is wrong. Right now, they should make it in such a way that all the sustainable development goals, sustainable mining practices can be done. That is done based on when you encourage as a faculty industry-oriented research and academics. So in that way, as I said in the beginning itself, all these projects of BTech, MTech, PhD, DSc, whatever is there, as a solution to present problems. And already I said I don't discourage fundamental research, that also should be taken up. But first, when you have a problem in the stomach, we don't go by improving just like Salman Khan, bodybuilding karne mein nahi jayega. पहले आप stomach problem को solve करेंगे. In that way, when you have a problem in the industries nearby your institution, your college or your school, whatever it is, you should be able to solve that problem with adequate acceptability by those people in the industries surrounding. Then there will not be any problem, and you will really get the satisfaction of fulfilling the requirement of outcome-based education. That's what is outcome-based education in the true sense, I suppose, with my personal experiences. And of course, I said greater than 130 projects already we did. Greater than 20 are ongoing now. Some areas also I kept it here: slope stability blasting, support design, and AI applications and wireless sensor networks, cloud computing and all that. Transdisciplinary translation, industry-oriented research and academics that we promote. And the present topics I am not going in that. There are so many issues in the mineral-rich states. Thrust areas, already we tried to give some idea here. Since this PPT I will be sharing with our Sunil Saab, nothing secret in this, it can be shared with anybody. Then R&D thrust areas where really some of our faculty, scholars, students interested, they can come forward and submit the proposals. That can be a part of their BTech, MTech, PhD, whatever it is, in developing indigenous technologies. Then our Honorable Prime Minister Modi Saab, already as a president of CSIR, he calls for Atmanirbhar Bharat through innovation, indigenization. This is not my words. It is already there in the trust areas under Make India concept. So you can submit the proposals. We are there with you to identify the problem. But as a transdisciplinary group, anybody, anywhere in the world, maybe from your institute, or any other institute, they can come forward in that premier mining industries. So indigenous development, IoT-enabled technologies, AI-enabled technologies, robotics, and so many things like that. Then mixed reality, virtual reality, augmented reality, extended reality for underground open cast. Already I have shown that mines so that anybody can get that idea. Then development of techniques for artificial intelligence, machine learning, data analytics, all these automated mine management systems they can do. And some key areas already are there. I am not reading this, but Ministry of Mines, they identified some key research areas. Ministry of Coal, they identified some research areas. Already we are doing some projects. Recently, it is ongoing with DGMS, where a director of mine safety, I Satyana, is also a member, co-investigator with me, along with other people from MOIL and other private institutions like Trident Academy of Technologies, on online real-time monitoring using AI, WSN, IoT technologies. So that is already ongoing project in Ministry of Mines, and Ministry of Coal. Recently we got municipal approval for 5 crores project on AI-enabled fire detection system in abandoned mines, underground open cast and fire areas like that. So Ministry of Coal, they identified some areas where now you people can, or anybody interested can submit the proposal. Let that be a part of your BTech, MTech and PhD works. They are industry oriented then they are really out based education. Whenever we say this is not just now it is a last but one summary is this, yes. So nowadays, although we as a mining doing it, even some more efforts on transdisciplinary translation model for mining research academics with OB in line with NEP 2020 to develop our next generations with innovative indigenous technology. It is not imported technology, because I was a part of many international collaboration projects as a scientist in CSR and ministry mines. And there are some many failures and few success stories.
So we should develop indigenous technology.
So we should develop indigenous technologies. We know better when you have a stomach problem. We know better as a manager. You know better. So we should develop that way. Atmanirbhar Bharat and all, and collaboration with industry and society, that is missing, and with acceptability, as I said, of faculty by the concerned industries or society as a solution providers, as in Gurukula days, those days, olden days, gurus like whether he is a Chanakya, spelling mistake होगा तो थोड़ा pardon me, वो ऐसे ही टाइप किया था, द्रोणाचार्य or Vishwamitra, whatever. So our faculty should get that type of recognition
as a solution provider,
or acceptability as a solution provider, and then we really fulfill the requirements of the nation and Vikasit Bharat, especially in my personal opinion, I can say that is there, especially in the mineral states, problems of mineral states, and central university institutions should come up with solutions adapting outcome-based education in true spirit through translational, transdisciplinary, industry-oriented research and academics, TTIORE. This is what just I wanted to say, and my dedication to my parents and my guru is there, PTech project guide, Professor R.D. Singh Saab, MTech project guide, Professor D.P. Singh Saab, IIT BHU, and PhD guide, Dr. T.N. Singh Saab, Director, SINFAR and IIT BHU, Vice Chancellor and all. I am dedicated that whatever I learned from them, I am able to, this is all learning-based education, I could get something. This is what just I wanted to convey. And my thanks to my scholars, around 20 PhD scholars are there. Few I kept it here, otherwise our Ashish and Sweta, they helped me in preparing something. And thank you with advance Deepavali wishes to all delegates and IIT's experts of our MTP program of 21 to 25. For any queries, 99383325 and WhatsApp. आजकल सुविधा है, WhatsApp group भी है. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, sir.
Any queries? I'm very happy.
So you can stop. From participant side, anyone has any query?
Yes.
Or want to discuss something, sir? We have too much experience with us. Any participant? Thank you, sir, for being with us, for accepting our invitation and giving such a nice industrial-oriented talk. How to relate into our education system, our new education also in OB. Thank you, sir. And the next time, hope to see you physically in Slight Number.
It will be my pleasure, sir, and thank you very much for giving me opportunity to share some of my thoughts, let me put it that way, with जो भी Buddha experience है, around 37 years. I hope I try to create some awareness where it may be useful for our faculties to make their industry-oriented research like that. With a big heart.
Focus of our everything is to create awareness in the faculty about OB and how it can be related to our industry and nearby. We can also like you are being in your helping your nearby industry in mining, or other participants can also help their nearby industry and include that in their education system. Thank you again, sir.
Next time.
Thank you again, sir.
Vacuum bottle. I may be able to sit with you, taking tea with you in your institute. in the next event.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Okay, sir. Thank you very much. Namaste.
So next lecture,
Lecture will start in 5 minutes.
and it will be
And it will be
from teaching to learning,
from teaching to learning, paradigm shifting outcome-based
by
education
Dr.
program
M.
by Dr. M. Dilpan Kumar from VCET, Gujarat.
We will be back in
So
5 minutes.
we will be back in 5 minutes. So all the participants.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. Namaste.
Okay, sir. Namaste.
And advance
And
Deepavali wishes to
advance Deepavali
everybody.
wishes to
Thank you, sir.
everybody, sir.
आपको भी दिवाली
Thank you, sir. आपको भी दिवाली की
लेकिन पटाखा ज्यादा मत फोड़िए, एनवायरमेंट पोल्यूशन नहीं करने का। आपको अगर पटाखा फोड़ने का साउंड चाहिए तो हम टन्स ऑफ एक्सप्लोजिव आई ब्लास्ट एवरी डे। I am that was my specialization.
The sound of those blasts.
Yes. वो मैं किसी और टाइम में वो कुछ तो आपको व्हाट्सएप में इन योर पर्सनल व्हाट्सएप आई कैन सेंड।
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Nice. Thank you very much, sir. अच्छा लगा मुझे. In fact, I learned so many things through some of our expert talks. I was hearing. आपको बहुत अच्छा लगा आपको.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Starting
sir.
from Janardhan Rao Garu, I think he is from Andhra or Telangana
Yes, sir.
by name.
Yes, sir. Yes,
To Meenakshi madam yesterday. Durga Mata 10 हाथ वाली. बहुत अच्छा बताई थी. Really, that is what is happening nowadays in economy. We are unable to give. Yes, we are unable to give really that much time for teaching or for the students. I mean, वो इसीलिए.
We are engaging so much exercise that
Yes.
especially to UG students,
especially to UG students.
Yes, sir. उसके लिए कुछ करना पड़ेगा.
Yes, sir.
okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir.
ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕਰਨਾ देखिए आइए आया है बैठा नहीं आया
कॉल करना है
कोई गल नहीं
सर कर अपना फोन है
5 मिनट साल है नहीं ऐसे सुनने बात करना में थोड़ा काम
पता के बोल रहे हैं
चल तू कर में किड़ा मार
हां
10 दिन फोन कर हम क्या नहीं फोन कर
इस बार नहीं कर दिया
फोन कर
जब हुआ तो बहुत लगी
करिए शुरू।
Dr. Deepan Kumar, are you there?
Sir, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. So we start with our next session. Are you ready, sir? Okay. Good morning again, participants. So we are in our third day, which is the second session. And the topic of this session is from teaching to learning, a paradigm shift in outcome-based education. We are joined by Dr. M. Deepan Kumar from VCE Madurai, Tamil Nadu. So let me introduce you, Dr. Deepan Kumar. Sir, can you put your video on? Can you? Yes, sir. Dr. M. Deepan Kumar currently working as an associate professor in the Department of Management Studies with the Nirmal College of Engineering and Technology, Madurai, Tamil Nadu. He is also serving as a master trainer at the Entrepreneurship Development and Innovation Institute, Government of Tamil Nadu. He is specialized in marketing, international business, entrepreneurship, labor and administrative law, shipping and logistics, and psychology. His qualifications include an MBA, PGG, LLM, NAL, PGG, SSL, DDD, USA, Six Sigma, Green Belt, MSc, Applied Psychology, MPhil, MPhil, MCOM, PhD, FDMD, IIMA, Ahmedabad. He is pursuing his MSc in data science programming. He holds 1.5 decade of experience in teaching, research, administration, training, and placement. He is an alumni of Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad. He is also certified ILO trainer from International Labour Organization, the Chief Certified Innovation Officer from Roxanne, UK, and Certified International Career Coach, Milder. He is also serving as a president of startup in Tamil Nadu Nelly community, Tamil Nadu Startup and Innovation Mission, Government of Tamil Nadu. He is a startup ecosystem enabler and an SDG enthusiastic, founder of startups, GAP Infotech and ProX School of Entrepreneurship, and co-founder of startups, Atex Lab and Enthusiast Wave London. Tech Star co-organizer, Startup Design Kanyakumari co-organizer, and TEDx organizer. He has organized 7 books. He is engaged in preparation of more books. He has presented more than 170 papers in both national and international conference, and he has participated in nearly 150 workshops, FLPs, and seminars. To his credit, he has published many articles in Indian journals, including UGS, Pulse, Index, Web of Science, ABC, and other expert journals and conference speakers. He has organized more than 135 programs at state, national, and international level. He holds 10 patents and copyright to his credit. In addition to teaching, he is also a good researcher who has completed more than 7 projects, including major and minor projects funded by various funding organizations. He received the Best Paper Award for 13 times, Best President Award, Best Leader Award, Best CSR Award, Best Educator Award, Award for Innovation in Teaching and Management Education, Indian Leadership Award for Education Excellence, received from Marmar Electronic Social Media, Rashtra Vibhushan Award for Excellence in Education, International Keywords Award for Education Excellence, Gagan Guru Award, Best Innovative Teacher Award, received from Director Second Innovative NASA University, Dr. Radhakrishna Award, Kannan Mukumi and Pansajya Maini. He has traveled to Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, Israel, Jordan, Philippines, Egypt, and Dubai. He also served as an advisor to prestigious education institutes and as a mentor to numerous startups. He holds professional membership in many associations at national and international levels. His mission is to support training, consulting, and mentor with several national and international corporations. So we have a great matchmaker with us, and hope that our partners will get knowledge about the teachers learning paradigm shift in outcome-based system. Sir, please.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the nice introduction. It was indeed a great privilege for me from sitting here in Tamil Nadu and meeting you all across this online platform and being a part of this wonderful 1B faculty development program on outcome-based education and evaluation, implementation, and package development, which has been organized by the Department of Mechanical Engineering of San Langwal Institute of Engineering and Technology and deemed to be university. Which is in Punjab again. So thank you for the wonderful opportunity. I'd like to convey my gratitude to Dr. Shankarji, Professor and Head of the Department of Mechanical as well as Civil, for giving this wonderful opportunity for me to be a part of this wonderful initiative taken by the department again. So let me share the topic. Sorry, the slide. I hope it is visible.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Yeah. So when we're talking about the topic that what I'm going to do another 1 to 1.5 hours of lecture is like from teaching to learning a paradigm shift in outcome-based education. Of course, every one of us for the past 1 or 2 days, couple of days, we are talking about outcome-based education, probably through this FDP. And again, 5 years down the line, we are talking about outcome-based education in our curriculum. There are many states in India, they have adopted this outcome-based education. Few are in the verge of adopting, and few are restricting without knowing the value of the OBE again. So I'm not going to bore you with the outcome-based education, the literal definitions and all those things, because of course the day 1 and day 2 you may even come across with all sort of outcome-based education, COPO mapping, the PSO, PEOs and all those things, the attainment and everything. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take you to have a shift, which means the transformation again. So this transformation will help us to move from teaching to learning. So this is what we are going to see. And the outline of the session, it will be like introduction of OBE, the key principles of OBE, theoretical foundations of OBE, then designing the curriculum for outcome-based education, assessment in outcome-based education, what are the teaching strategies that can be carried out in outcome-based education, and what is the role of instructors when it comes to outcome-based education, and how equity and inclusivity plays a pivotal role in outcome-based education, followed by the challenges in implementing OBE, and then the global perspective on OBE, future trends in OBE, and conclusion recommendation. So this is how I have framed the entire session, and this is the outline of the session. So before getting into it, every institution which has been set up across India, not across India, even across globe, if you take, everyone will work for achieving an excellence when it comes to education, research, or extension, or whatever it may be. So, when achieving an excellence in higher education, earlier we all know about the grand goals of the education, the purpose in particular. So, if you go to earlier, it was philosophical, and now it was more of practical. That's what we are saying it as, or we are claiming it as. Earlier it was teacher-centric, now it becomes learner-centric. And if you go and ask the saint about what is learning, he will say that learning is to man making, or it has to be a character building education. But if you go to this particular generation and you ask what is all about learning, they will say what is all about education. They will say learning to do in terms of economics, learning to do in terms of job oriented things. So this is what they used to say. And in what aspects they will say it as a quality education. When it comes to quality education, we provide all learners with certain capabilities to become economically productive. And that is what learning earlier, and that's what OB is into the curriculum right now. So we want to make the learners more economically productive, and at the same time, we need to develop the higher education learners to have a sustainable livelihood. It is not about livelihood; it is sustainable livelihood. And the third thing is we need to contribute peaceful and democratic society. And the last is we need to enhance an individual and the societal well-being as a large again. So with this thought, let me go to the introduction of outcome-based education. When you're talking about the outcome-based education, we should understand the core concepts and the evolution of it. See, we all know that as we embark the OBE, it's essential to define what OBE truly means. Normally, we used to say it as a pedagogical framework. Pedagogy, if it is for the children, if it is for the child, we call it as pedagogy. And if it is for the adult, actually, we have to call it as andragogy. But we are following a term called as pedagogical thing. And the OBE, it is not a new thing. It is not a new system or a process. We have to, as the educator, what we want to do is we need to consider this outcome-based education as one among the pedagogical framework. Because at its core, you can see that OBE can center around the explicit expectations of the learning outcomes, which ensures why the education is, what is the purpose of education, and where this education is directing us. Normally, when you're talking about the historical things, that's what I told you, from a philosophy to practical. It paved a way for the outcome-based education again, which is again highlighting the need for accountability and skill relevance in today's world. Today, everywhere you move, even we all know, as being as an educator, there were people those who have secured, the students those who have secured university ranks, those who secured gold medal will be placed at the very first. But now even students with arrears they are able to grab the opportunities which is available in the market. It is not because of the academics or it is not because of the content. It is all because of the skill set, I can say. The letter skill, if you cut this letter S from the word skill, it is skill. So if you fail to kill ourselves, we are killing ourselves. That's what I can say. So this OBE played a pivotal role in skilling today's world. And it is more accountable at the same time. It also enriches skill relevance to today's world. And that's what I can say that there is a shift which marks a significant transformation in the education landscape today, which empowers the educators, the teachers as a large, to nurture the skills, and that becomes vital for the student success in ever-evolving society. Coming to the key principles of outcome-based education, I have given it into three categories. One is learning outcomes, followed by competency-based education, and the third is student-centered learning. When you're talking about the outcome-based education framework, there are several key principles as well, which reinforce one another. Say, for example, the learning outcomes, again, it is very fundamental, which will help us or which will provide us a roadmap for what a student should achieve. And when this learning outcomes is integrated with the competency-based education, it definitely helps the students to move further to their learning process and to set their own pace where they are, where they want to be. And that will help them to, or that will ensure the students or the learners to master their real-world skills. And when these learning outcomes and competency-based education, when it has a flexible approach by combining student-centered learning, it will encourage active participation and ownership of the educational experience. Today morning session, a professor who have joined us for the session, he talked about the curriculum also. Earlier in the curriculum, it is all about teachers who talk for, students who listen, and that is what the job is. And now, if you take another path, now the teacher becomes the co-learner. I don't know how many of you people are considering yourself as co-learner, whenever I go to the classroom, I learn many things from the students. Of course, you all will do it also. I will not deny on that particular point. So a teacher becomes the co-learner when he or she is moving into the classroom. When you started moving along with the learners as a co-learner, definitely you can even take them to a deeper engagement. And this deeper engagement will further help us to return the students, to retain the students with a greater retention of knowledge again. So the combinations of a learning outcome coupled with this competency-based education, student-centered learning, are the key principles of the outcome-based education, I can say. Coming to the theoretical foundations of the outcome-based education, there are not many theories are there behind the theoretical foundation of outcome-based education, like multiple intelligence theories, which will discuss in the best practices in the forthcoming slides. And one other thing is like Bloom's taxonomy, revised Bloom's taxonomy, what we're following in the concept. So I have given here like three main